Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 genetically modified overkill run. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're continuing my quest to find combinations that work with the new Beastmaster character in the GMO mod, because in this mod the Beastmaster doesn't get its starting pet, and also doesn't have as much increased shop weight to find pets in the shop, so you're much less likely to find pets, which makes it a much more difficult run. And with no weapons and no starting pet, there's a lot of combos that simply don't work at all. However, something that's pretty interesting is that the characters like the Ranger that start with a weapon do still get that weapon, even though the Beastmaster has no weapon slots. So we're going to start with a pistol, and I think that this will make for a pretty interesting and fairly challenging run with the Beastmaster Ranger, which of course is from a different video game that I cover entirely. The thing that I think is so interesting about this is that we're going to be struggling to find pets, and the Ranger's boost to ranged damage is not super impactful for the Beastmaster, because it's still just worse than buying melee damage most of the time. But we get to play this character combination in GMO. So let's roll here and roll again. We'll take 5 harvesting. Just like for a normal Beastmaster run, I'm going to roll and look for pets and other ways to clear the wave in the early game. One pistol is not going to cut it, so we're going to need to be able to actually kill stuff. Just to remind you how the characters work, the Ranger starts with a pistol, important to this run, gets extra ranged damage and lower HP, which is really impactful for the Beastmaster, which is hard. It's hard not to take damage on. And the Beastmaster starts with a loot worm, can't use weapons, and all of our damage types scale our pet damage, not just the one they normally scale with. So let's do some re-rolling here, and we're looking for rats, and I'm going to ignore everything that's not a rat, basically. So we're going to keep rolling and roll 2 more times. These re-rolls are getting really expensive, so we missed a bunch. I could have used my bands. I think I still want to use my bands on level 2 for the Beastmaster, because without the Beastmaster's increased shop weighting for finding pets, and you saw there, obviously, we didn't find a rat, it's going to be really hard to find damage in the mid-game, so I want to save my bands to make that more likely. I'll let the loot worm kill the tree for us, so that at least got us some money, and we'll take 5 harvesting here. Okay, we got a rat, so that's great. Do I want to take a bag? It means we only get 1 reroll, but obviously bag is an incredibly strong item. And we now have a rat, which can help us kill stuff. I think we can get away with taking a bag here, and then we'll take another one. Scared sausage is another way we can maybe kill stuff, if I wanted to lock that. But I think I'm going to pass on it, because I still need to find more rats. Also, in the Wave 3 shop, we're more likely to potentially find level 2 pets, and I really need, and level 2 items, and I really need both to find the pets and also to start banning the level 2 items to make pets more likely to appear. So I think we're kind of reliant on our 1 rat for now, and maybe even taking these 2 bags is too ambitious, and maybe we need to be even more disciplined than that in this run. I do think that this is going to be a very challenging run. I also kind of messed up there. I needed to pick up some more materials. Here, I'll just take the 6 movement speed. I don't want to spend money re-rolling in the level up screen, because I need to re-roll in the shop. I honestly am not sure we can get away with Dock Moth here either. And Broken Mouth I would normally really love, but I don't think I can take it. I need a damaging pet. Missile is pretty good for us because it gives us % damage at the cost of attack speed, which we mostly don't care about, only our pistol uses it. But I'm going to ban it anyways, because I do want to remove it from the pool. Remove level 2 items from the pool. Okay, nice. Rolling into another rat, that helps a ton. And then here, I'm going to lock the cake. Now that we have 2 rats, we can get away with buying just more generically good items. So I'm going to buy Cake and Sharp Bullet, and I'll throw in another reroll. We'll take Gentle Alien. Duct Tape, I'm going to pass on, because these 3 will be plenty, and we still are going to need to find more pets, but having 2 rats gives us so much more clearing power, so we can get away with buying a couple other items. So I also need to remember we have much lower HP than we normally would on the Beastmaster. So we need to be fairly careful here, and this lamprey is putting quite a lot of pressure on my movement. My rat was chasing it down, but it didn't do quite enough damage before the lamprey hit me. Unfortunately, our rats didn't aggro to the loot alien in time, and we didn't have quite enough damage to kill those. So here, I think I'll just take 4 melee damage. That will help scale our rats a little bit. It got them to 5 damage a shot. And then I'll buy these. I actually am thinking better of buying the sharp bullet now. We don't have any piercing shots yet except our pistol, which already has piercing. So while this could be good later, it's not good now. So sharp bullet, I think it was definitely a mistake to lock this item. Go ahead and ban the eye patch. I really want to ban level 2 items. And I'm going to, even though hedgehog would be pretty good, it gives us 3.5 damage on all of our pets. I really need to find more pets, so I'm going to reroll. Ghost Outfit and Peacock are both tempting, but again, I think we just need to ban level 2 items and keep rolling until we find pets. Black Belt, is that good enough to leave in the pool? It's very strong for this character, so I think it's a level 2 item I'm okay leaving. And then I'll do another couple rerolls. Finding damage is such a difficult challenge for this character, so I really do want to keep rerolling. And yeah, I'm going to just keep banning level 2 items. And some of these bans are items that later on we might want. But the most important thing is just that I can find some pets as soon as possible so that we can actually get some clear speed. Okay, the buffing alien there, buffing the double mantis is pretty bad for us as well. Also, my one rat there has unfortunately gotten trapped attacking the curse alien, and it's just going to do that the entire wave because it doesn't have enough damage to kill it easily. So you can see we're really behind on damage right now, and I still need to find another pet. I'll take 3 armor. That will prevent us from dying. I think I still do buy the fertilizer, even though it does mean I won't be able to afford a level 2 pet right away. Similarly, recycling machine, item I would normally buy, but we can't. Let's keep rolling. Honestly, I'm not even going to be able to buy bag, because we're not getting any crates. So these 2 bags have just been completely dead value. So we found so many level 2 items and 0 pets. So let's keep banning those, and then we'll roll. All right, Tyler, I guess, is worth buying. This is something that can help us clear the wave as well. So hopefully we make enough money to buy that, and we can stabilize the run a little bit. We're very behind at this point. Of course, this is my first try with this combination, and so I am learning how to manage the shop here. Had to do some fairly precise movement to fit through that gap. Remember, I only have 16 health, so even though I did pick up some armor, we're still in a lot of danger if I take hits. I need to also make sure I make 120 materials, because I need to be able to buy the Tyler. We did make 150, so it's not the end of the world. I'll take 3 more armor. We'll take the Tyler, and then I'm going to reroll. I can't, I'm out of bans. We've banned 8 level 2 items and seen 0 pets. Do I want Rip and Tear? This is another way to potentially clear waves. I think not. I'm going to keep re-rolling here. Come on. So many blue items, no pets. All right. We're on the hunt still, but the Tyler should make sure that we can kill at least some things this wave. It's pretty good at clear speed. It's not the best. I would actually rather have had an incendiary turret. Even though this is a level 3 item and that one's level 2. But the Tyler at least should help us clear enough of this wave that we can continue to buy stuff. And that's the main key for us right now, is we need to be able to actually buy items at some point. picking up the materials that I think my loot worm won't be able to get. We also did finally get a crate, so the bags were able to pay off a bit. Is this a spot where I take Candle? Minus 10% enemies is brutal for your economy. It's really awful. But we desperately need base damage on our pets. I think this is a Candle angle. And then we'll take 4 regen. Crit chance does work with our pets, so I guess I'll pick that up. 7% isn't great, but it's not the end of the world. We'll take Incendiary Turret. I don't think I can afford to take Black Flag here. So let's do a reroll. Do I take a fertilizer and a tree? I probably do. I still need to be able to buy items. Okay, we finally got a pet. So things are looking up a little bit. Once I get the Bonk Dog, we will probably have the damage to be able to kill the lure aliens as well. So let's buy the cake. I'll keep the small fish. I won't buy that yet. And I guess for 11, I'm not going to reroll. That's a huge amount of our money. The Incendiary Turret and the Tyler stacking in the corner like this is pretty bad. Really unlucky placement for those items. But I will play down in the corner and have the enemies pull into the group here. That will also make it fairly easy for my loot worm to pick up most of the materials as they drop. And you might want to, if you're trying to improve at the game, you might want to pay attention to the movement in this spot, and you can see that I'm doing this kind of L shape. The reason for that is that I am moving the enemies past me so that I have a little more room to dodge, and then we can do circles around them, and they will take additional damage from our structures before they're able to get to us. So some fairly useful movement tech if you're trying to improve your ability to survive in this game. Take the Cyclops Worm, and do I want 3 more elemental damage? I could also roll. I could take 4 regen. I think I'm going to reroll. At this point, I do think we can get away with spending a little on getting good stats here, and I would much rather pick up... We've really not gotten lucky on this, by the way. I wanted HP or armor. I could take ranged damage. It's 4.5 damage, effectively, though it doesn't work with the Tyler. Even engineering would be better, which works with Tyler and Incendiary Turret. I think I need to reroll again. Alright, I'll take 3 armor here. I was really hoping for maximum health, but I can't afford to keep rerolling forever. We'll take the Bonk Dog. We'll take the Lure. I'll buy Gentle Alien. It's offsetting the penalty from the Candle, and then we'll do a reroll. And now that we get a bottom mine, that's massive for us. I will lock the cake. I still need more max health before we fight the Elite. And Mutation is probably good enough to buy. It's going to scale the damage of all of our pets twice as 2.5 damage on the Mutation, because we get 1.5 ranged damage because we're the Ranger, and we get the 1 elemental damage, and that scales all of the pets that we have because of how the Beastmaster works. Now that we have the dog, we definitely have a lot more damage output. It's going to help us clear this wave a lot more effectively. Right now, it's kind of stuck on one of the big hackers. I was hoping to to scare the loot aliens through our Incendiary Turret here. I shouldn't have taken that hit as well. But let's make our way around here. So we're probably not going to get any loot alien kills. If I'd managed to get them to take a tick from the Incendiary Turret, we might have been able to get one of them. But it looks like they both survived. I actually can't tell. It looks like maybe one of them did die, which would have been really nice. Nice. A free bottom mine. That's incredible. We'll take the bat as well. Lifesteal does work with pets. And I would prefer maximum health at this point, but going up to 12 armor does mean that we won't die as easily. We'll take the bottom mine. A second one of those will really help defend us. Frozen Heart does hurt our Incendiary Turret, so it's going to make the burning damage from Incendiary Turret tick less often. But the 8 elemental damage scales all our pets' damage, because as the Beastmaster, we scale with every damage type. And it adds 10% extra elemental damage scaling to every single pet that we have. And since we've actually picked up a lot of elemental damage, that's going to increase the damage of our pets by a ton. And now items like boiling water are actually quite good for us. We'll take reinforced steel as well. My My percent damage is pretty bad. Do I want Triangle of Power? We do need to avoid taking too many hits, but it's kind of hard to do that on the Beastmaster. I also really need to find more max health, so I think I'm passing on the Triangle this run. So now we've got double bottom mine, so we're in much better shape. I'm actually just going to pull them over towards our other structures, and then we can kind of set up behind the structures so the enemies are forced to come through the structures to get to us. And we can use those plus the bot in order to set up this fortress that enemies can't easily get into. This loot alien is really nice, and we did get the crate. Also, obviously, the bags that we picked up early put a little pressure on us early, but it's important to recognize that they're incredible now. So, having not rolled into damage early definitely hurt me, but now we've got these bags, which are worth a lot of money. So I'm definitely going to take this hit. I need to get away from this anglerfish, and I did walk into the anglerfish. Really unlucky there. A really bad play by me there. I easily could have dodged that. I just, my movement was very bad that wave. So let's give this another go. And we'll try Beastmaster plus Ranger. So I can definitely get off to a better start if I don't get quite as greedy. As we learn how the combo functions. So the important thing is that it's much more important that I line up 2 enemies and try to get 2 with every attack than that I let the loot worm get kills or get pickups. Obviously, I'd prefer to do both, but the most important thing is making sure I kill 2 enemies with as many shots as possible. I will roll here. I'm still going to look for harvesting with the first, 3 materials that we get, or 6 materials that we get. Really bad rolls here, but let's just take 2 engineering, and then we need to roll. Okay, we got a rat right away. That's definitely really nice. So let's roll and roll again, and roll again. And I think I will just roll one more time. Still looking for more rats, obviously, but we would also take turrets and landmines. And again, banning level 2 items. Hopefully we don't wait for so long to find a level 2 item, to find a level 2 pet this time. But banning level 2 items is going to be the way to go, I think. Pick up these materials, because our loot worm's not going to get them. And let me roll once. We should still have enough money to buy a rat after re-rolling once. Yeah, we did. And we rolled into a rat, which is really nice. So now that we've got 2 rats, we can definitely start locking items. We'll pick up a gentle alien. We'll pick up a scar. That's going to be some really strong economy. We're definitely off to a way better start at this point. Because on this wave, I think I still had 0 rats. Maybe we had 1 last run. But we were making way less money because we just weren't clearing the wave as much. I'm going to have to pick up some materials here because my loot worm isn't going to get all of them. I'll just take the 6% movement speed. One thing we haven't really found is harvesting, but we'll take 5 harvesting here. And I can get away with buying these 2, and then we'll roll. Fruit basket and metal detector, I'm just going to ban. We're just going to ban level 2 items until we see pets, because that's the overwhelmingly the most important thing for this run. And the reason that this run is hard, of course, is that we don't have the Beastmaster's normal increased chance of finding pets in the shop. So normally we would be much more able to reroll and just find more pets. But on this run, we are not able to do that. So the loot worm didn't get the tree in time, dang. Yeah, we'll take the feather. It's 1.5 damage. Yes, it cost me some XP gain, but we need the bonus damage. And then here, I think I'm just taking the maximum health. You've got to have good maximum health when you're playing the Ranger. you buy it at a reduced rate, which makes it even more important to buy it, because otherwise you simply won't be able to get enough. We'll take Blazemander. I did just talk about buying max HP, but I'm still banning Spicy Sauce because I have to find level 2 items. We'll ban the Alien Eyes. I'll take the Cake here, and then I will... Do I want the Snake? We do have Blazemander, so it's pretty good with Snake. I guess that's worth locking, and we'll throw in 1 reroll, ban White Flag, and 1 more reroll. Lumberjack Shirt for 25. I think we can get away with the Lumberjack Shirt here. Now that we have the Blazemander, our clear speed should be a lot better, and once we add the Snake to that, the Blazemander should be doing a lot of extra damage, hopefully. Lumberjack Shirt does work with the Loot Worm. It makes it take 1 tick, though it doesn't speed it up significantly compared to the normal Loot Worm kill, because the Loot Worm kills trees so quickly. Let's reroll here. We'll take 8 harvesting. So that is one thing that we definitely are struggling with compared to last round. We have much lower harvesting. I'll buy these. I guess I will take the fertilizer, and I'll ban Terrified Onion, even though I want to ban level 2 items. Getting the free reroll here is really powerful. A second fertilizer I really want, but we're at 23 harvesting. I don't want to reduce my my melee damage, so we're actually going to roll past the fertilizer. Cursed Butterfly. That's very interesting as well. Losing an elemental damage, of course, a downside. For lifesteal could be a lot of healing, I think, and getting Curse, of course, means we're more likely to find more cursed items. I think that is worth locking. We'll ban Coral for sure, and we'll roll a couple more times, again, looking for level 2 items. Still off to a much better start, but I do need to start finding more pets very soon. So I'll buy the 1 Cursed Butterfly, and then we will be re-rolling again, looking for pet next wave. Also, it's better to re-roll after I've banned a bunch of level 2 items too, because then any level 2 items we find are more likely to be pets. Last run we also had okay healing at this point, and this run we definitely don't. So that's something to be aware of as well. I'm going to take 4 melee damage. I really want the HP. Oh man, Alloy is so good for the Beastmaster. But I don't think I can spend 130 on it. Because it scales all of our damage types. But I think we're banning Eye Patch, and yeah, I just don't think I can afford to spend 130 on something that doesn't increase my killing power at the moment, as in doesn't give me more attacks. I'll take the turret here. That does give us more attacks. Weird Food is a very efficient way to make sure that we're staying at full health. It's only 38 materials, and it's a huge amount of healing. So I will buy, I guess 2 of these mean that we can skimp on healing for a really long time. So that actually will make it easier for us to find more pets, because I won't have to spend money on healing. Our Blazemander is still kind of struggling, but you can see there I took a hit, but because I have the double Weird Food, I was able to heal back up almost to full immediately. I definitely need more killing power before we fight Anglerfish, though. That was the thing that got me last wave, and those are the hardest enemies to evade. I'm gonna run around here, and we will pick up at least a little more healing. It'll leave a lot of materials on the ground, but that's okay. Let me throw in 1 reroll here, and I guess I'll just take some regen. I could take 5 crit chance, but I'm not that excited about that, but I'll take the regen here, and with 0 armor, I more or less have to take 3 armor. I wouldn't mind picking up Reinforced Steel, a lot of base damage on that, but we just have to roll into stuff that kills things. So let's do that. Incendiary Turret is perfect. That does help us kill stuff. The alloy, again, amazing for this character, but again, I don't think we can afford to take it. Pocket Factory we can pick up, though. And let's do one more reroll. Sad Tomato's a lot of regeneration. For 92, do I want that? I think I'll take the pencil because we're about to buy Pocket Factory, and we just got an incendiary turret, so that'll help those actually kill stuff. This is such a weird run. It's so precise what we have to buy. I'm really enjoying it so far. Definitely not playing optimally here. Obviously, optimal play for this combo is simply get lucky and find a bunch of pets early. But I think that the correct way to play probably does involve buying even fewer non-pet items than we've bought and just hard rolling for pets. Getting the loot alien here would be great. We got the incendiary turret tick on it, so hopefully with that and the rat, we were able to kill it. We did make 300 materials. That's pretty nice. We'll definitely take metal plate. Okay, we got a bonk dog. That's awesome. I'll take 16% damage because it's a level 4 upgrade. We'll take the Pocket Factory. Then I will reroll, pick up another bonk dog. Explosion damage. We do have the 2 dogs, but that's the only thing that cares about the explosion damage, so we're going to be disciplined and roll past it. We'll take the bottom mine. Now that I've got an additional pet, I can buy stuff like Hedgehog, which increases the base damage of our pets quite a lot. Shady Potion should be pretty good as well. And Scared Sausage, I think I'm going to pass on. It just doesn't do very much for us right now. Shady Potion is good because it increases our likelihood of finding level 2 items, which is the thing that we care about the most. Luck is most impactful when you're looking for level 2 items in the mid-game. By the end of the run, the base chance of items improving per wave will sort of overtake luck. But in the middle of the run, it's very useful for looking for level 2 and level 3 items that you specifically want. And obviously, it's a very strong stat because it means that your character levels are higher, and you get a lot more healing, you get more crates. Just a very strong economy stat in general. Easy to underrate the impact of it, because it has kind of invisible impact. But runs with reasonable quantities of luck are going to be much smoother than runs without. Do I want 3 elemental damage or 4 regen? I think I'm going to take the regeneration here. And then, I know I just talked a lot about luck, but I'm going to take 4 melee damage to make sure that my pets continue to scale their damage. Nail, very similar to the Frozen Heart that we had in our Doomed run last time. It gives us a bunch of engineering, which obviously we care about, even though it costs us 3 ranged damage because we're the ranger. But it also means that our pets scale with that engineering, so it's going to improve our damage output. Do I want the cog because of that? I think so. Mastery, by the way, we're not buying because it's +6 and -4.5, because we're the ranger, so we get 50% increased range damage modifiers. So mastery is generally awful. I did pass on a tree earlier, which I really wish we had now, because we have Pocket Factory. We're fairly turret focused, so having the tree would be really nice to make our Pocket Factory significantly better. Alright, so we're gonna have to deal with these lampreys. Fortunately, the bonk dog killed it, which meant that it only spawned 2 lampreys, because it counted as a melee attack killing it. Either the bonk dog or the rat. And our clear speed is pretty good. We're actually making good money. We'll recycle Gummy Berserker, of course. Here I have to take HP. Our max HP is terrible, so I need to fix that. And then here I can reroll looking for some better stats, which in this case is maximum health. I am very happy to pick up Bottom Mine and Blazemander going into the Horde Wave. I was very scared of this Horde Wave, but this helps a lot. I think Whetstone is also pretty good healing. It works with all our pets, and we now have a decent number of those. And then let's buy another Gentle Alien. I do think we can get away with that. With this much consumable healing, I'll also take an Alien Worm. Both regen and max HP are really important as well, so we'll pick up this whole shop. Kind of got surrounded at the start there, but I'm going to camp behind my turrets here, and we'll let the bots do a lot of the work defending us. And once again, I want to stay forward. So it's tempting when you're in this spot where you're like sort of stuck in a corner, you're getting a little overwhelmed by the enemies. It's tempting to just stand all the way in the corner and remain motionless. But you actually do want to try to take space. This is an important principle in a lot of games. I mean, in most games it matters more than in Brotato, but the more of the map is under your control, the more room you have to maneuver. So if you are laning in League of Legends, if you are playing a shooter against other players, if you're playing chess, all of those games revolve very heavily around the principle of taking space, of owning more of the map, because it gives you more space to maneuver. This game is actually no exception. If you play a little further forwards, you have more room to dodge, and enemies are not running directly at you, trapping you in the corner. They are instead running away from the corner, giving you a whole space that you can move around in. Take the blindfold here. Crit chance does work with this character, and then I think we can do better. Yeah, 6 melee damage is awesome. And then we'll buy these items. Take the Ugly Tooth, because it does give me a free reroll. Capping my move speed at 23, I don't care about at all, and this gives us a ton of regen and engineering, which we care about a lot. So let's pick up the Shackles, we'll take Lemonade, pass on Celery Tea. I think it's still too dangerous at this point, and we'll roll past this. I also think I have enough economy now, so I'm going to roll past Scar and Tractor. I know it's very rare to see me do that, but I really need more damage and more survivability. Finding Silver Bullet, Incendiary Turret, and Bottom Mine are incredible, because all of those are going to help us kill the elite and stay alive. We've turned the corner a little on this run, but honestly, I thought that we had turned the corner on our last run, and then I died, so... With runs like this, your intuition can sometimes be off as well, because you have less HP, you're not as likely to find the items that you want specifically, so you can... The normal power curve that you're expecting to follow is going to be different. So it can really throw off how strong you think you are and how strong you think you're going to be. Pulling the Lampreys there across our Incendiary Turret and through the Bottom minefield to make sure that we were able to kill them. And we got a couple crates. I'll take the Sharp Bullet. We have double Bottom Mine. We have Pocket Factory, so it works well with those. We don't care about losing attack speed, so we'll take 3 range damage. We'll take the Mutation. My speed is capped, so I can't pick up the legs for profit anyways. So let's roll. I can take 3 ranged damage. It's like finding a level 3 elemental or engineering pickup. But I still think I can do better, so let's reroll a couple times. Yeah, 12 max HP going up to 51. Obviously, we only get 9 of that, but it's amazing for this character. I'll buy these, and I'll definitely take Alien Magic, so I guess we'll just buy the Silver Bullet now. And then I'll take a reroll. I have 5 armor. I'm not a big fan of Stone Skin these days, but this character doesn't care about losing attack speed at all, and we need all the max health we can get, so I'll take that. Actually, I should have taken the small fish that was in that shop as well. Just got caught up thinking about Stone Skin and forgot to consider the other items. Haven't found a cat yet, and the cat would be really nice for this run as well. The extra attack speed working with all of our damage scaling is great, and killing an elite before it can kill us is going to be one of our major challenges, again, because we have low HP. But right now, I think our damage has kind of stabilized, so I need to pick up armor and regeneration before we fight the elite. That's going to be the main challenge, is just staying alive against the elite. Though having 9 consumable healing definitely helps as well. So we lose 3 ranged damage here and gain 2 elemental and 4 crit chance. That's still not worth it. I'm going to recycle. 12 dodge. We're not building dodge on this run, so let's re-roll. I'll just take 3 regeneration. The engineering would have been good as well, but I really want to build some healing. Now I can buy these items. I'll buy those before the alien magic. Alien magic reduces our luck, so I want to delay buying it as much as possible. And then, yeah, I mean, I'll keep buying consumable healing. One thing that's been going really well this run is we've gotten absurd quantities of consumable healing items. Since those are generally amongst the top, like, 10% of items in the game, they're just some of the very best items in the game, that's always going to be a pretty nice find for you. We did pass a dynamite, which would be good with all the bottom mines, but I don't think we had any of those at that time. We just had the one bonk dog. So the dynamite, it was correct to pass at the time that I did. Staying near my turrets to defend us, of course. Another incendiary turret. Really nice to keep finding these as well. Let's roll here. We'll take 4 regeneration, and then I will buy... I'll buy the alien magic, because I want the max HP, so we'll have slightly less consumable healing, but we're up to 60 max HP and 20 regeneration. Only 6 armor on wave 15, which is pretty poor. But other than that, we're in decent shape, and with a silver bullet and a bunch of bottom mines and bonk dogs, I think we should be able to kill the elite. This elite is a scary one to roll on the Beastmaster. It absorbs a lot of attacks, and it's very hard to stay motionless against on this character, because the other enemies are going to put a lot of pressure on you to move. So you can see there... We were able to kill it fast enough that it didn't matter that much, but because I had to keep moving to avoid attacks from the other enemies, it's harder to dodge that elite, where you just want to remain motionless. Having triple bottom mines definitely does make it a little easier, because they do defend you, unlike the other pets, since they follow you. But they're often focused on attacking the elite, rather than attacking the other things that are getting close and forcing you to move, so it can still be fairly difficult. So that elite, normally a very easy one, more difficult for the Beastmaster. I'll take the Mammoth here for sure. This is an incredible boost to our pet's damage, gives us regen, which is exactly what we need. We'll take the small fish that I should have taken earlier. I'm going to roll for armor here. That's pretty much the stat that we need more than anything else, so we'll pick that up. Frozen Heart, still good, just like it was good last time, so we'll definitely take that. It does hurt all our incendiary turrets, of which we have a bunch, but it's still very powerful. Wisdom is going to be nice. We have low % damage, so this gives us a lot of it, and we're not killing elites quickly, most likely, or if we are, we're winning the run anyways. So Wisdom will help ensure against not finding enough damage and making sure that we can kill elites before they can kill us. So, of course, the Frozen Heart is really bad for our incendiary turrets, because it makes them burn slower, so it halves their DPS. But it's really good for all our pets, and the incendiary turrets were very important in the early to mid game. They're less important to our strategy now, We're much more reliant on our pets actually getting all the kills at this point. Any regen we get is good, so I think even, like, 2 regeneration from the baby squid will be great. We'll take Doc Moth for sure. I'll re-roll here. I think we can do better. We'll take 4 regeneration. That's perfect. Take the wisdom and the weird food. I'll buy the lens as well. It's only 1.5 damage, but it does mean that we kill the boss a little faster. The alloys that we passed earlier, we can now buy, so we can buy this whole shop, and that, if we survive this wave, that shop should kind of put the nail in the run. Because it's going to give us just a lot of extra damage and stability. This wave is fairly difficult, of course, but let's build up some percent damage with our wisdom, and then we'll move to get our bottom lines near the elite. They trail behind you, so it can be hard to position where they'll attack the elite, but you're not inside it, so you have to kind of move around it to make sure that, and drag them across it to make sure that they'll actually attack it. Now I'm gonna hold still in the center of the arena here, and our little robots will defend us, though I do need to still be careful. There's some cursed lampreys, there's a bunch of fairly dangerous enemies still around, which we obviously do not want to let put too much damage on us. Run over here and pick up some materials before the end of the wave as well. We were going to leave a ton there. Gobbler's Hat. Losing 15 speed doesn't matter. Losing dodge doesn't matter. We'll take it. It's not going to have a ton of time to give us much in the way of return, but it's still going to be very good. I'll take 20 luck here, and then we'll buy alloy and sad tomato and pencil, and then roll. Wings, I don't want. Fresh meat, I don't want. Yeah, we'll definitely take the cursed cog, though. Really good for this run. And then tractor and bone dice, of course, won't have time to pay off. Hang out in the, Oop. I thought that thing was dead, but it hit me twice before it died. Hanging out in the moth aura, of course, to heal back up from our sad tomato at the start of the run. One nice thing about having the bots is it does sort of let us focus damage. Normally the Beastmaster has a lot of trouble with that, but because we had the bots, I can drag them over to the Stargazer towers to make sure that no mini-bosses spawn. Taking these hits, we've gotten our 2 regeneration that I wanted off the baby squid, so good enough there. Pick up some materials before the end of the run here. Bag for 15. It will probably pay off in the next shop, so I'll take it. We'll take laser turret as well, and then we'll roll here. I'll take 7 crit chance. That does increase the damage of our pets, and we'll buy Cog and Doc Moth. The goat skull, I think, is still a little too inefficient, because crit chance is good for us. Baby with a beard, even though we're the ranger, we still ended up with not that much ranged damage, but it is a little bit of extra damage. I think I do want the penguin and the weird ghost more. I think I'm just passing on the baby with a beard. Yeah, and we were able to get Bonk Dog. We'll take Ice Cube here. It works with our Blaze Manders. Oh no, it works with everything, because we have Frozen Heart, so they'll all be providing the debuff. I don't think there's anything that we really want to mirror, so I'll pass on that. And move to where I'm getting the doubled moth aura. You can see we get 3 healing every second there. A little sad I threw the first run, honestly. I think we had the tools that we needed to win. I just walked into too many attacks. But obviously, trying something the first time and trying it the second time, it has a pretty significant difference. And I think you'll see in a lot of like my videos and just generally when you try these things yourself, the first time you try it, it's going to be often fairly hard because you're figuring out what you can do at all. And the second time, things get a lot easier, because now you just have a sense of what you should be prioritizing and what the constraints of the run are. Left a lot of materials on the ground there, unfortunately. We'll take some more regeneration, just so we don't die to the bosses. We'll take the ice cube. Mouse I'll take as well. The lifesteal is good for healing. More enemies on the field is also good for you in the boss wave. It means more of our absurdly strong consumable heals dropping and more things to lifesteal off of. Think we can pass on all of these. I'll take a gentle alien for the same reason. We'll take a weird food for even more healing. I'm really just looking for more damage at this point, but if we keep getting ridiculously strong healing, I'll take that as well. But the defective steroids will round things out with just a little bit of extra max health and a little bit more melee damage. Silver bullet would have been awesome as well. I could recycle the pistol for 12, but that doesn't let us do anything. So let's go to the boss wave and see if we can close out this surprisingly challenging run. So my dogs are going after the bosses, but I need to drag my bots closer if I want them to contribute. So I'm going to pull them across the boss, and then you can see that they are now shooting it. And we got that one. Oh, I should not have picked up the red crate. That's a lot of potential healing that we didn't need when I picked it up, so slightly bad movement there, costing me potentially putting myself in danger. But we were able to get that win, and there you go. That's the Beastmaster Ranger. Really fun run, honestly. Highly recommend this one. It's really interesting, the early game especially, trying to manage finding the damage that you need in order to stay alive. So I thought that was really cool. Taking a look at our items here, 300 materials from the loot worm, 65k from our rats, 100k from our blazemanders, pocket factory, and our turrets. Only 26k, pretty low on those, especially because we had a lot of engineering. And incendiary turrets, yeah, 18.5, really low on those as well, though we did buy Frozen Heart. What was actually killing stuff? I'm not sure what was taking all the damage. I guess it must have been the bonk dogs. Yeah, 160k, and then the bottom mines with 133. So those were really the breadwinners this run. Only one item from treasure map. Pretty unlucky there, though I had very low luck, so we were getting many fewer crates. And what else? Not that many other items that track stats, really. We got 4 regen from the baby squid, 231 healing from the dock moths. Obviously, a lot there. Wait, how 231? Oh, I guess, no, I guess that's totally possible. We weren't always in both auras, so we weren't always getting 2 at a time. So, of course, it can do an odd number. 60 from the bag that we got for 15, though that includes the crate that dropped from the bosses. So I'm not sure if it paid for itself on wave 19. I'm thinking probably no, given that our luck was really low. And the laser turret that we bought right at the end dealt 6k damage. So fun run. Definitely recommend checking this one out. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.